There are many forms of meditations. So these days, when somebody's stressed, somebody has some tension, somebody has anxiety, even when you go to psychologists or psychiatrists, they recommend you a meditation. But with Vaheguruji's Kripa, Maharaj has blessed us with Tan Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. Maharaj ने बड़ी कृपा करके ਸਾਨੂੰ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਬਖਸ਼ੇ ਨੇ, ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਬਾਣੀ ਬਖਸ਼ੀ ਹੈ। ਆਗਿਆ ਪਈ ਅਕਾਲ ਕੀ ਤਬੇ ਚਲਾਇਓ ਪੰਥ ਸਭ ਸਿੱਖਨ ਕੋ ਹੁਕਮ ਹੈ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਾਨਿਓ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ। What does that mean? All the Sikhs, for all the Sikhs, the hukam is to follow Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. Who is a Sikh? Let's explore a definition of a Sikh from Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. The literal meaning of Sikh is not the physical appearance. Gurbani talks about Sikh as a mind. Mind has to become a Sikh. Mind has to follow the Guru. Who is Guru? Guru is somebody who brings us from the darkness and bring light in us. The real knowledge. If we look into our life day and night, what we do? In the morning, we wake up. We get ready for the work. We eat, we have a coffee or something. We get ready for the work. And then we have a plan for the work from 9 to 5 or 9 to 6. Or if you're doing a business, maybe longer hours. But everybody's working. And then again in the night, we come back, we sleep. And again, that routine is going on. ਸਵੇਰੇ ਉੱਠਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਕੰਮ ਤੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਵਾਪਸ ਫਿਰ ਘਰ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ. Same about kids also, or the students also. They go to school, they study, then they come back, and then we sleep. But is this something we are meant to do? Is this the purpose of our life? And that is the reason we have to take the Gyan of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. Sanu Gyan chahiਦਾ Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj da. Guru Granth Sahib Ji teaches us, and sometimes it can be a little bit rude, we can say. But Guru Granth Sahib Ji is our father. Guru Granth Sahib Ji is our mother. And when father and mother says something, we listen. Maharaj says, Kartut Pashu ki Manas Jat. You're behaving like an animal, a domestic animal. If you think about a cow or any domestic animal, they do the same thing. Get up in the morning, eat some grass, poop, do the work. What they do work, they will give the milk and all. And then they again sleep. So we have to ask ourselves, what is the difference between us and animals? ਸਾਡੇ 'ਚ ਫਰਕ ਕੀ ਹੈ? ਜਾਨਵਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਫਰਕ ਕੀ ਹੈ? Only the skin, only the stuff, how we look like. ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਚਾਲਦੇ ਹਾਂ? How we look, how we speak, how we act. Is that who we are? And the first question should come in our mind is, what is the difference which is there between an animal and an us? Maharaj ne sanu Vivek Buddha diti hai. Maharaj has given us Vivek Buddha, intellect. The stuff which we can do, animals cannot do. That means we were created for some higher purpose. Every now and then, we forget the purpose of our life. I don't want to make this very simple for you guys because I want you to dig in and see what is the purpose of our life. But Paisab just did a Rahasya part, and there was a body out there. We all read it. And the purpose given to us by Gurbani is very clear. Let's read that. Pai Parapat Manukh Dehuriya Gobind Milan ki eh teri bariya Avar kaaj tere kite na kaam Mil sad sangat paj keval naam. Maharaj has given us a clear indication what is the purpose of our life. Maharaj says, you got this physical body. Again, highlight, I'm underlining this thing. You got this physical body for a purpose. Now, let's dissect this line and understand this. Who got this body? Shreer milya ki no? We thought we were physical body. But now Maharaj is saying, Pai Parapat Manukh Dehuriya Gobind Milan ki eh teri bariya. That you got this body to Gobind Milan ki eh teri bariya, to meet Vaheguru, to meet Gobind, to go meet God, to meet Allah, to meet Ram, to meet Hari. It does not matter who you call, because all these names are given to Vaheguru or God by us. Some calls him Ram, some calls him Allah, some calls him God, some may be calling some energy or a power out there. But Maharaj says you got this physical body to meet him. But who got this body? The answer lies here. Pai Prapat Manukh Dehuriya. Manukh got this Dehuriya. Dehuriya is the body. Manukh is the mind. This mind got this body. This Jeev Atma got this body. So now the question is, where were we before we stepped into our mother's womb? ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਸਾਰੇ? ਆਪਣੀ ਮਾਂ ਦੀ ਕੁੱਖ ਤੋਂ ਆਉਣ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਆਪਾਂ? Where were we? Where was our mind? And this is something Maharaj says you have to search yourself. You know, in physics or chemistry, if you are in a lab or in any scientific experiment, you know the theory. But theory is just a theory unless we do a practical of that theory. Jinni der tak asi practical nahi karde ho theory da, we will not be able to find out the reality. We have to do the practical. ਤੇ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਦੇਰ ਤੱਕ ਆਪਾਂ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟੀਕਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਣਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਮਨ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਆਇਆ, from where our mind came, what is the purpose of our mind, where does our mind has to go, and where the finally it has to achieve its purpose, and how can it achieve its purpose. Because morning and evening we are just busy in money, in Maya. Maharaj calls it Maya, Trigun Maya. There are two types of Maya. One is a physical Maya and other is called a subtle Maya. Physical Maya is very easy to understand. Physical Maya is anything which we can touch. This mic is Maya. This harmonium is Maya. This physical body is Maya. Maharaj says, "E sharir sab mool hai Maya." Kehne tera jada sharir hai, eh bhi Maya hai. This physical body is also a Maya. And anything you touch, anything you see is going to perish one day. जो भी तू देखदा है, जिस चीज ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਤੂੰ ਹੱਥ ਲਾਉਣਾ ਹੈ, ਇੱਕ ਦਿਨ ਇਹਨੇ ਖਤਮ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਾ. It is going to perish. But there is one thing which is always going to go with you. तेरे नाल एक चीज हमेशा जाएगी. And you have to find that thing. It's not a physical money. You can collect millions of dollars, billions of dollars. You can have a lot of property, but this money is not going to go with us when we have to leave this physical body. Let's face the reality. At the end of the day, all of us, we have to leave this physical body. I was in a funeral this morning, and the boy who died was 24 years old. 24 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਦਾ ਮੁੰਡਾ. That means it is not 100%, we are not 100% sure that when we will be 80 years, 90 years, 100 years old, then only we are going to die. It can happen anytime. We don't have even a single breath along with us. We don't do volunteering breathing. Breathing happens. We are not. Koi kahe na, somebody says, I am breathing. No, you are not. If right now, the God, the superpower, the Ram, the Allah, whatever you want to say, stops your breathing, you can't even breathe for a single second, single thing. When this whole creation was created, we talk about the Big Bang Theory in science. Same thing Maharaj talks about in the first line of the Gurbani, and everybody knows about it. Ik Oankar. Ik Oankar. Most of the times, the meanings which we find are one God, but that's not the meaning. That meaning is just with one letter. Ik means one God, one formless God. The meaning starts after that. Oda matlab shuru hunda hai baad vich. Oankar. What is Ong? Ong is the sound of the universe, the cosmic sound, which came from the mouth of Vaheguru, which created the whole universe. Same as Big Bang Theory. There was a Big Bang, and through the Big Bang, whole creation was created. In Gurbani, Maharaj is saying that sound of an Ong, that Ong created the whole universe. Pura universe. And when he created the universe, he made sure that sound, that cosmic sound, is in everybody. It is in everybody. Does not matter who you are, whether you're a Hindu, you're a Muslim, you're a Christian, you're a Sikh, you're a Jain, you're a Buddhist. That sound is in everybody. That cosmic sound is in everybody. But Maharaj says, it is there in everybody, but you have to find it. You have to find it. Because till the time you will not recognize yourself, who you are, from where you came, you cannot go back to your real house. This house which we see is temporary. This physical body in Gurbani is also called house. A sharir nu vi ghar kya. Just like we go to our house, we stay there, and then we go for the work. We leave our house. And one day, we have to permanently leave our house. Maybe change the places or something. Similarly, this physical body is also the house. We are living in this house, but this is not a permanent place for us. Let's go back to the Shabad, which we were discussing. Before we go there, we have to clear our mind. Meditation means clearing your mind. Your mind which is wandering from left, right, here and there, it is giving you thoughts, so many thoughts coming here and there. Till the time we will not empty our mind, will not understand the real purpose of our life. Will not understand the purpose of our life. And how to empty our mind? Gaviye, suniye, man rakhiye, pao. Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying this. Gaviye, suniye, man rakhiye, pao. What does that mean? You have to chant from your tongue, listen from your ears, with love. Chant and listen. Very simple. Whatever you are chanting from your tongue, you have to listen from your ears. There are modern transcendental meditations, and they give you some mantra and so many things. But in Guru Nanak's house, everything is open. It's free for everybody. Not just the physical langar, even the subtle langar. the sukham, the cosmic langar, it's also free. We are eating every day for the physical body, but we don't do anything for our mind. Our mind is always hungry, and that's why mind is wandering, looking for the happiness. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji told us that if you want to make your mind full, tripat, the mind is happy. If you want to make your mind happy, what you have to do is you have to chant. Chant Guru Mantra. You have to say Vah, listen, Guru, listen. Aao ji shuru kariye. Let's start. Let's start with this. Vah, Guru, Vah, listen, Guru, listen. Everybody try. Vah, Guru, Vah, Guru, Vah, Guru, Vah, Guru, Vah, Guru, Guru, Vah, 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 Guru. Close your eyes. Vah, Guru, 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 Guru, Vah, 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 Guru. Try karo ji sare. Vah, Guru, 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 ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। Last time we discussed about 5 thieves. These 5 thieves, lust, greed, anger, attachment, ego, they are sitting or they are making our mind slave. ਸਾਡੇ ਮਨ ਨੂੰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਗੁਲਾਮ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ। ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ, in the ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ says, ਇਸ ਦੇਹੀ ਅੰਦਰ 5 ਚੋਰ ਵਸੈ, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Ahankara, Amrit lootai, Manmukh nahi bujai, Koi na sune pukara. That's why we have so many thoughts, unwanted thoughts. We don't want to think, but still the thoughts are there. As soon as we enter the Gurdwara, the thoughts increases. Because when you are not in the Gurdwara, you are already under, I'm introducing a new character here, you are already under Kal. Now, literal meaning of Kal is death, literal meaning of Kal is time. Vaiguruji is timeless, our mind is timeless, but this body is under time. Body has a limited time. Body has to go through a certain timeline. However, the mind is timeless. Just like Vaiguruji, just like God is timeless, mind is also timeless. But this physical body is restricted to the time. The time wherever we are, whatever we do, it all is under the time. And these five thieves are the subtle bodies inside us. These are the subtle bodies. They are not physical. That's why we don't see them. If you have seen the movie called Inside Out, they showed there's a sadness, there's a happiness, that's angry. And people said, oh, it's a very good animation. But literally, there are subtle bodies inside us, invisible bodies. Mind is also invisible. Mind is not a brain. Mind is not a physical brain. Mind is also invisible. These subtle bodies inside are also invisible. And they're continuously giving us thoughts, continuously, one after another. As soon as we see somewhere through our eyes, as soon as we hear through our ears, as soon as we smell. Basically, these subtle bodies use our senses to control our mind. Senses are the way, the mechanism which they use to control our mind. So if somebody will come inside, if we look there, our mind will go there. They'll go and do the matha, our mind will go there. Somebody will sit, our mind will go there. That means our mind is not in our control. Maharaj says, whole world is under the control of governor of the Maya. There is one governor also of the Maya. Just like you have a president, every state has a governor. There is a governor of Maya also. And that governor of Maya, as per Gurbani, is Kal. Tragun Kale ki Sirkara. The government is run by the Kal, the death. And how Kal works? Kal will control our physical senses. Kal will put a net in the eyes, not the physical net. It's a sukam, it's a subtle net. In our ears, on our tongue, everywhere, on all our senses. We read, E netro mereo, har tumme jyot tari, har bin avarna dekho koi. That, oh, your eyes, you're supposed to look God in everybody, the light of God in everybody, because everybody has God. Does not matter who you are. Does not matter what is the color of your skin. Does not matter what your religion is. But we don't see God. We know that God is there in everybody, but we don't see it because there is a curtain. There is a net. Maharaj says, Kal Jal Jeva Arnani. That Kal's net, it's just like a fish net. When you put a fish net in the river or in the lake or in the ocean, and when you will take it out, the net will be filled with fishes. Similarly, we have this invisible net in our eyes. Kal, Jal, Jeva, Arnani. On your tongue as well as in the eyes. Why? Why on the tongue? Because we don't have a control on our tongue. We see anything, we taste anything. Similarly, Maharaj says there is a there is a net in your ears also. Kal, Jal, Jeva, or Nani, Kani, Kal, Sune, Bikbani. You are allowing your ears to hear everything, all the garbage. You're allowing your tongue to say garbage. Bin Shabda Muthe Din Reni. You have to cut this curtain. The common question is, where is God? And everybody conceptually knows God is outside, God is inside. Gurbani says, Sab mein jot jot hai soe, tisde chanan, sab mein chanan hoye. The light of God is in everybody. But if the light of God is in everybody, why don't we see it? It is because of this curtain. It is because of this net. And we have to cut this net. Cut this jal. And Maharaj says, if you can do it as a sangat, as a team, it is easy to cut it. If you come as a team, that's why the gurdwaras are there. The congregation can come together, the sangat can come together, the sachi sangat can come together, and they can chant together. When we were little, if you are from India, and if you are from my age, there used to be one animation out there, which we used to see. Ek chidiya, anek chidiya. Yaad hai ji? Dana chugne, ai chidiya. Right? There was a sparrow, a story of a sparrow. That sparrow came to pick up the food or the seeds. And then there is a hunter, he throws a jal on them. And all of these sparrows get trapped. They say, what are we going to do? We are trapped now. We can't do anything. We are trapped. Then there is one intelligent sparrow there. She says, why don't we try to fly? We are not even trying. And this is what our plight is. We are not even trying. She says, let's try, and let's try to fly together. It's okay. This net is not so heavy. Maybe we can fly with the net. And that's what happens. Ek chidiya, anek chidiya, dana khai, something like that. The story was there. This whole story. And these sparrows, they start flying. Their wings together. And what happens? They fly with that net. Jal de naal ud jandi hai. And then they go to the place where they find their friends, their mice. So many mice out there. And what they do? They eat their net and then they're freed. Similarly, Gurbani Guru is here to cut our net. But we have to abide the instructions. We have to do what Gurbani Guru is telling us, not by just reading. Now, I told you this story, and let's say if sparrows are listening to this story, and they say, oh, it's a very good story. And the moment they hear it, and 10, 15 sparrows are there, and the hunter comes and put the net out there, and then they don't know what to do. They have to fly. We have to fly. We have to come as a sangat. Sant jana mil har jas gayo, kot janam ke dukh gvayo. Maharaj says, you are in pain from ages, from many, many births. That's why even if you will earn good money, even if you have all the worldly resources, you have good car, you have good house, you have good food, you will still not be happy. And we all know that inside we are always lagging something and we don't know. We get one thought, okay, we want to achieve something, we achieve it also. But after that, then there is a new desire. There's always a new desire. Maharaj says, first come in the Sangat. Come together as a congregation. And do what? ਸੰਤ ਜਨਾ ਮਿਲ ਹਰ ਜਸ ਗਾਇਓ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਤੂੰ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ ਦੇ ਗੁਣ ਗਾ। ਸੰਤ ਜਨਾ ਮਿਲ ਹਰ ਜਸ ਗਾਇਓ, sing the praises of her with every breath, because he has given us this breath. And if you will sing the praises with every breath, what will happen? Saas saas simro gobind, man antar ki utare chint. All the anxiety, all the tension, all the depression which you have, you can kill it. It will go away. But you have to come as a Sangat, as a congregation, as a true congregation. Sangat can be good or bad, Guru Pyareo. Sangat can be good or bad. Maharaj is talking about Sachi Sangat, Sat Sangat. Mere Madho ji, Sat Sangat mile so tareya, Gur Prasad, Param Pad paya, Suke khas thariya. Can they, even if there are the ones who are not green, just like Maharaj is talking about the leaves, even they will become green. You know, when you have a plant in your house, in your backyard, and if you are not nourishing that plant with the water, and if the sun is not coming properly, the plant will die. Just like we eat food every day for this physical body, we have to take a food of the mind also every day, so that our mind can be nourished. Our mind knows, mind takes the food. Mind is right now always anxious, always in desires. Mind is always looking for happiness. That's why we all come to the Gurdwara. Why we have to come to the Gurdwara? We come to the Gurdwara so that we can get a happiness. Our dukh, our worries, our sadness can go away. And Maharaj has given us very easy way. Bin Shabde Mutthe Din Reni. Can they connect with the Shabad? Otherwise you will be looted. Connect with the Shabad. What is Shabad? Shabad, literal meaning of Shabad is a word. There are two Shabads. One is called Gur Shabad, other is called Shabad Guru. Ek hai ji Guru da Shabad, ek hai Shabad Guru. Gur Shabad is something which is coming out of the mouth of the Guru. Tan Shri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, 1430 Angs of Gurbani. Angs as in the pages. As a respect, we call it Ang. 1430 Angs of Gurbani. That's Gur Shabad. And then there is a secret Gur Shabad, which is no longer a secret. Maharaj has given us. It is called Vah Guru, Gurmantar. Maharaj says, understand the Gurbani, listen to the Gurbani, and do what Gurbani says. And chant this Shabad. When you will chant this Shabad, you are actually cutting the net of the Kal. These jums, these 5 thieves cannot come close to you, especially when you are in Sangat. They cannot loot you. Let's read this Shabad again. Is dehi andar panch chor vasai, काम क्रोध लोभ मोह हंकारा, अमृत लूटे मनमुख नहीं पूजे, कोई ना सुने पुकारा. Can they, right now they are looting the amrit, the food which is coming in from inside, they are looting all that because you don't know about this food. But you can reach to this food. This food is called amrit ras. This food is called har ras. Once you will get this amrit ras, har ras, which is food of your mind, you can cut the net of these 5 thieves through the Shabad. And it's very simple. And don't feel ashamed, or don't feel shy, I should say, when you're chanting loud. The biggest problem is we feel shy. When we say Vah Guru, we feel shy. We feel, what will other person think about me? Maharaj in Gurbani calls it Lok Lajja. Because nobody is gonna. We came alone to this world, we have to leave alone. Nobody's gonna go with us. But there is a one thing which is going to go with us is Gur Shabad's Kamai, the wealth of Naam. It is gonna go because it is gonna be embedded in your mind and you're not the physical body. And when we will take that Shabad, that Naam, that wealth of Naam with us, there will be no sadness. There will be only happiness. Auji, we have only 4-5 minutes left. Let's gather as a Sangat, as a congregation, chant this thing. First, we have to close our eyes. We have to relax our body. And we have to say, Wah, tummy in, listen to your own voice. Guru, tummy out, listen to your own voice. Aao ji, shuru kariye. Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru. Everybody try. Guru, Wah, 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 Guru, Guru, Wah, 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 Guru, Wahguru, 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 Wahguru. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Just like those sparrows brought that net to the mice, and all of them together, they cut the net. That's what the Sangat do. In the Sangat, we have all kinds of Gurmukhs. Some are just starting the Simran, some are already doing the Sangat or doing the Simran from a long time, and some have already met God or met Vaheguru. When we come together as a Sangat, Maharaj says, Ki hunda fir? Man mero gaj, jeva meri kati, map katu, jam ki fasi. That mind is like a cloth. You know, when in India, here also in the fabric store, when you go, you say, okay, I want this fabric. What will the fabric store guy do? He will measure the fabric with a yardstick and say, okay, well, how many yards of cloth or a fabric you need? I say, do the same thing. Because your mind right now is a slave of these 5 thieves, slave of this kal. Measure it. Man mero gaj, jeba meri kati. And use your tongue to cut the cloth, to cut the net of the kal. Jam ki fasi. The noose of the death, the noose of the kal. Cut it. Map katu, jam ki fasi. Map. Wah, Guru. That's why we have to listen to our own voice. When we will listen to our own voice, all these thoughts coming from left, right, top, bottom, they'll start going out. And more thoughts you have, the more fast, more loud Simran you do. Less thoughts you have, you can do it in Sahaj. If there are hardly any thoughts, Wah, Guru, Wah, Guru. And finally, we'll go at a state which is called Sun, zero state, where there will be no thoughts. And that is where the proper bliss will start happening. You will start loving it. You will start saying, why never anybody told me this state of the mind, where my mind is always silent. It's in my control. Ai panthi, sagal jamati, man jeeta, jagji. But you have to come as a sangat. Because if we are doing it alone, it is difficult. As a sangat, as a congregation, it is easy. Any seva parwan karni ji. Forgive my mistakes. आओ जी श्लोक पढ़िए। हम अवगुण परे एक गुण नाही, अमृत छाड़ बिखै बिख खाई।